All right, we're going to get ready to cut this. Hopefully you can hear me over the traffic. We're out in the garage now. And I did my layout on here. I put my base down, how big it is and how much overhang I wanted, and figured my corner and all that. Got it all lined out. And my offset for my saw is 1 3/8. So I got my straight edge set back, so we'll go ahead and rip that. Stuff is real dusty, so I'll use a mask so you won't be able to hear me talk. So I'll put this on and we'll get this first one cut. Set the depth. Okay, there we go. All right, I got my next cut all set up, so we'll go ahead and get that done. All right, that come out good. All right, I got the last cut set up. This will clip the corner, so it'll be at a 45. And then we'll take it in and test fit it on the lower cabinets and see how it fits. Come out perfect. Just left my line right there. All right, we'll get you set up inside and we'll take a look at this. All right, there we go. Fit right in. I needed to test fit it to make sure that it was flat up against that counter right there and that it come all the way to the end right here. But it looks like a good fit. I did the 45 corner instead of having the radius on it. And then I still need to clip this corner here so it matches the other counters. But I think it turned out really nice. It's heavy. Oh my goodness, it's heavy. But yeah, we'll take it back out to the garage and put the edge banding on, or the 2-inch block underneath and cut the corner, and then we'll get it laminated. All right, it looked like the fit was okay in there on the counter. So we'll go ahead and we'll put this this blocking in underneath. So we'll just line everything up. I got this marked. This is where that other cabinet is, so I don't need blocking under it. Just line that up there. Get us a mark underneath. Cut it on the chop saw. Nice square cut. And then we'll just glue this down right here, and then we'll do the next one. We'll cut it at a 45, and we'll just work our way right around to that far corner, and then we'll be able to flip it over and put laminate on. So I'll bring you back once I got all this stuff glued on. I do this. It's not that big a deal. First off, I just kind of get it lined up where we need it. Put a little mark right here. That's basically so I don't get glue all over. We're using Titebond 3, interior, exterior. Just do a little squiggle line here. Put this on here, kind of give it a little squeeze to get it glue spread around. Okay, put the clamps on. I want to line up this outside edge really good. That's where edge banding is supposed to be. So we want it nice and flush. It'll save us a lot of sanding later on. Stuff really likes to slide around, so you gotta make sure you got your clamps set pretty good. It's nice and flush there. Okay, just like that. Yep, just like that. I'll let that dry for half an hour, and while I'm doing that, I'll get this next one cut. All this 2-inch blocking put on. So now what I got to do is take this board. I got some sandpaper glued to it, and we'll just sand the edge and get rid of all the saw marks and things like that. Just kind of square everything up nice. Stuff sands really good. Doesn't take much. Just want a nice flat edge so when you route the plastic, it gives us a nice clean cut. A little on the end here, okay, just like that. I already got the other edges, so we'll go ahead and flip this over and put the plastic on it. All flipped over. Now we'll go ahead and make sure this top is nice and flat and clean, and make sure there's no imperfections in it. It's going to transfer through the plastic. Just using some, I don't know, probably 120. Make sure there's no burrs on the edges. All right. I'll go ahead and vacuum this off. All right, we'll go ahead and put our sheet of plastic up on here now and get the rough cut on it. Get just a little bit of an overhang here on two sides, and we'll clamp it down so it won't move around on us. Okay. All right, this cutter, see if you can see here. The cutter, it's got a bigger bearing on it, and it'll leave like 1/4 of an inch overhang when I cut around it. So we'll go ahead and cut this off. Okay, that's the rough cut. Boy, I thought I screwed up when I bounced over that corner right there. Seems like a lot of waste, but you got to, can't have any seams in it. That would be even worse. Stuff out of the way here. All right. Now I got to figure out where I can put this. Because I'll lay it like that, and I'll put the glue on, but then I've got to set it somewhere out of the way so I can put the glue on the wood. I'm thinking maybe on top of the freezer, but I'll have to do some cleaning. So I'll bring it back when we get ready to put the glue on. All right, we'll go ahead and put this glue on now. I've got a couple of clamps down here to keep the plastic from sliding around. There's quite a bit of resistance when you're gluing this down. It starts trying to stick on itself. And the way I've been doing it is I give the glue a little bit of a stir. I don't shake it. Don't want it to be foamy. I stirred this up a couple of days ago, so it's still pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty nasty stuff. I've got the garage door open a little, and I got a window open over there, so I've got good cross ventilation. Okay, and I just don't waste putting it in a pan. I just stick the roller tip in it. And start putting it on. Get right up to the edge there. Try not to get it on the wood part yet. Try to put it on nice and even. It's going to take a little while, so I'll probably go to a time lapse here. But you already see it's kind of slid that. So it really gets tacky. now I'll just slide this right over here on the freezer so that it can start to set up. Okay, just like that. All right, we'll go ahead and glue down this, put the glue on this wood just like we did that, and I'll bring you back when we go to put the two together. All right, it's pretty warm out here, so this stuff's really setting up pretty good. I just use these blind slats to put down here so that it doesn't stick when I put the other sheet on top of it. Got to make sure you leave them hanging out over the edge so that you can tell where you've pulled them out and where you haven't. We'll just kind of line them up along here on this side. You can use dowels. I didn't have this many dowels to mess with, so we're going to use these because this is what I got. Had a couple of these blinds needed to be shortened, and so this works out really good. Okay, I think that'll do it. We'll go ahead and set that piece of plastic up here and get it lined up. Make sure we got overhang all the way around. Okay, that's pretty good there. Got a little bit over there. There. Okay. Now we come into the center here and we pull a couple of these out. Like that. Work them down. You don't want to push them down too close to those slats because then you can't get the slats out. So we just kind of work our way back and forth, working from the center out. Like that. A little close to that one. Now we take a J-roller. It's right here. This is kind of a small one, but like I say, you got to deal with what you got. And you roll this out from the center, but you want to make sure that you don't roll off the edge, because it'll just snap that right off. Put pretty good force on it, at least that's how I do it. Just kind of works all them bubbles down. Okay, here's where I want to be a little careful, because I don't want to snap my edge off. Okay, feels pretty good. You can run your hand over it, and if you've got a little high spot, all you can do right now is put more pressure on it and hopefully mash it down, because you're not going to move it. That stuff is there forever. Yeah, I'm really pleased with that. That came out nice. You can kind of check the edge. See how good you're sealed? Yep, that baby is down there. All right. Now I'll change my bit and put my small bearing back on my cutoff tool, and we'll edge this. All right, I've got my bearing on. Let me take a look here. See, it's a smaller bearing now. So I'll go ahead and we'll go around this here and get it all cut off. Yeah, it flushed off nice. Now I'll let that set for half an hour or so and let that little bit of glue that dribbled off on the edge harden up. And then I'll take my sanding board and just lightly go along that edge just to make sure we don't have any unevenness, because that'll show up in the edging. So there's got a piece of edging here. Here's a little piece of edging. The edging has got a real sharp edge on one side and kind of a blunt edge on the other. And the blunt edge goes down. So you got to have this top edge just perfect to give it that look of a solid granite countertop. You know, you don't want to be off at all. So you can't have any little dents or low spots or whatever. But yeah, that turned out really good. I'm pleased with that. Alrighty. We'll bring you back when we are sanding the edges.